What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, Tank Top Tech. Today we're doing video part 2. Part 1 last week was the gaming room where the PC was, the chair, the desk, PC components, the ultra-wide monitor, and all the peripherals. We went through everything and showed you everything in a vlog style. This week we're showing you everything behind the scenes. So that goes from camera, lighting, lenses, microphone, everything that you can't see when we're doing a video. What we're also going to be doing is we're going to be getting rid of the camera, the DSLR, which can only do 1080p at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. We're going to get that off the tripod and we're going to put the Pixel 2 and record at 4K 30 frames per second. As you can see right now, the video is at 4K. That's because this segment of the video is being upscaled at 1080p. So stay tuned. We're going to switch to the Pixel 2, real 4K at 30 frames per second right now. All right, we're back. We're recording with the Pixel 2 at 4K 30 frames per second using an external microphone. Now, this is a little bit tricky with the Pixel 2 because of the way it's set up. You can't actually just directly plug in an external microphone and start using the default app. You need to download something like an open source application from the App Store. The one I'm using is called Open Camera, and there are a few settings that you need to make sure to change before you do this. You need to set the microphone to an external microphone and change the settings from stereo to mono. The way the jack is set up on the smartphones versus the jack on the lavalier mic won't detect it as a microphone, it'll detect it as a set of headphones, where you're gonna run into complications and not have your audio recorded properly. Let's dive into the original concept of this video, which is to introduce you guys to what we're using as camera equipment, lighting equipment, audio equipment. So let's roll the B-roll. Starting off the batch is the Canon Rebel EOS SL2 or 200D, depending on what part of the country you live in. This is an entry-level DSLR camera with a 24 megapixel APS-C crop sensor. The camera is capable of taking video at 1080p, 60 frames per second, and 30 frames per second, as well as 24 frames per second for those more cinematic videos. It features a tilting screen, which is great for vlogging and any other type of video recording. An extremely small form factor size for a DSLR. It's probably the smallest DSLR Canon or any other company manufactures. Anything smaller than that is the mirrorless category. It features a full range of options and is fully manual. This is the Sigma 17-50 f2.8 lens. It features autofocus, optical stabilization, which is the equivalent to Canon's image stabilization. It also features a locking button to ensure that no accidental zooming is done during video recording or photo recording. The lock can only be placed when it is in the 17mm position. The kit also comes with a lens hood, which can be attached and placed in any type of direction or angle. One of the great features about this lens versus the kit lens is although it is not weather sealed, it does come with a metal ring. The second lens in our arsenal is the YONGNUO 35mm f2.0 lens. This is a prime lens featuring autofocus and no zoom capabilities. It is also not weather sealed, however, it does have a metal ring. This is a great all-around prime lens to use. I would not recommend using this for video because you would have to have the camera positioned quite far away from you. However, I have used this in past videos because of the wonderful f2.0. You're able to really let in a lot of light instead of having to create an artificial light scenario in your room. The final lens is the Canon kit lens that came with the Canon SL2, which is the 18-55 image stabilized autofocus f4.0 to 5.6 lens. This is a variable lens, which means when the camera is zoomed in, the aperture will no longer stay at 4.0 and will increase all the way to 5.6, changing your lighting aspect. The kit lens is fully plastic and does not feature a metal ring. The next item we have is the Rode VideoMicro microphone. We've used this many times in our other videos. It also comes with the dead cat for windy situations when going outdoors. There's really no need to use the dead cat indoors because you really don't have any wind blowing around your house. All right guys, we're back. So we still have the Pixel 2 rolling at 4K 30 frames per second. Now we're gonna get it off the tripod. I'm gonna put the Canon EOS SL2 back on, and we're gonna go through each of the 3 lenses to see what the difference is gonna be as far as sharpness, bokeh, and overall image quality. We'll try and test out the image stabilization as well. Only 2 of the 3 lenses have it, so we'll try and see what kind of effect we get when we handhold it. All right guys, so we're back now at 1080p. We've put the Canon Rebel EOS SL2 back on the tripod, connected the lavalier mic up, and we're running everything off the Sigma 17 to 50mm f2.8. As you can see, there's plenty of light, still running at ISO 200, shutter speed 50, and aperture 2.8. So it's wide open right now. We're getting great image quality, good lighting. We have lots of lighting right now. We have 5 spotlights above us. We have natural light coming in through a window. And we have our 2 100-watt LED bulbs right now with the diffusers giving us light on our face, behind us, everything like that. So I think we're getting a pretty good image quality here. Now we're gonna switch the lens over to the Canon kit lens and see what type of image quality and lighting we get from that. Okay, we're back now with the Canon 18 to 55mm f4 to 5.6 kit lens. We've got it zoomed in at about 24-28mm. All the other settings, as I said, are the same. You can see the lighting is quite a bit darker on my face. The aperture is only at 4.5. As you zoom in and zoom out, the aperture will range from 4 to 5.6, so your image is gonna get darker. Whoa, that's really bright. Now we've got the YONGNUO 35mm prime lens on. Settings are still ISO 200, shutter speed 50, and f2.0. So the lens is wide open. This is a lot of light. I'm feeling a little bit maybe overexposed right now. So I'm gonna drop the ISO down to 100 and see if the image quality is still good. Okay, so I've reduced the ISO down to 100. I think this is still a pretty clear image. Like I said, we have a lot of lighting in here, natural light from the window. Looks pretty good. I did step further back from the camera than the other 2 lenses, of course, because this is stuck at 35. So something to take into consideration if you're not using a lavalier mic, if you're talking into the internal microphone or using a shotgun mic, ranges are gonna vary with your audio quality. Keep that in mind. What is up guys? So now we've got the Sigma 17 to 55mm f2.0 lens on with the optical stabilization on. Everything is enabled. We have full automatic settings on the camera because we wanna make sure that nothing changes while we go from different light scenarios. So we're gonna test out the optical stabilization. We're gonna walk for a couple of feet. I'm gonna see how it works out. Then I'm gonna switch lenses and I'm gonna announce each time which different lens we're putting on. What's up guys? Now we have the Canon 18 to 55mm zoom lens on, f4.0 to 5.6. All settings are on automatic as well. Image stabilization is on, autofocus is on. So we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the previous lens so we can see the difference between the stabilization. Alright guys, last lens is the YONGNUO 35mm f2.0 lens. All settings are on automatic. Remember guys, this is a 35mm lens. I'm holding it as far away as I can, like this is arm's length. I can't reach any further out. So this is not the best vlogging type of lens. Remember, we don't have any image or optical stabilization, so you'll get to see what the difference is. Let's go. We're back into the house. We're still using the Pixel at 4K 30 frames per second. We're recording inside now at automatic settings. We've got a couple of lights on. We still got great natural light coming in. What do you guys think about the video? What do you guys think about the different lenses? Let me know which one you liked better. Let me know which one had better light quality, optical or image stabilization. Let me know if you preferred the Pixel 2 as a camera at 4K. Don't forget, it can do 4K and my DSLR cannot do 4K. 4K for me is not important because, well, we're not there yet and I don't need that type of image quality. I'm not entertaining that type of audience right now where I need to have the best quality. If I'm lucky enough to get 100 subscribers by a few months, great. Other than that, I really don't need 4K at the moment. And as technology comes out later on down the road, we're gonna get DSLRs that have standard 4K at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. And you're not paying that $5,000 or $6,000 premium just for the DSLR body, which is absolutely ridiculous. So let me know down in the comments which lens you preferred. Let me know if you preferred the Pixel. Let me know what you thought overall about the gear, the equipment, how we do our videos. And stay tuned for next week where we do another video. Each Sunday, we're gonna have a new video coming out, new content, new materials. Anyway, guys, have a great day and I'll see you guys in the next video.